Greetings, sports fans. ASMR Sports here. Alright, today we have an equipment upgrade. I've just received a new microphone because the one that I was using for the past couple of months was not so great in my view. It was a mic that I had sort of laying around as an extra, but the mic that I used to start this channel, I had to use elsewhere for my other channel, the Sports Card Show, which I record in a different place, and I didn't really want to move it back and forth. That's a total pain. So I was using that other mic. Actually, I have it right here. I'll show it to you for those who are curious. This is the Marantz MPM 1000. This is a pretty chintzy, kind of low-end mic. It looks kind of cool, I guess, but it definitely did not perform as well as the first mic that I had, which was a Rode NT1. So anyways, I was thinking about getting another Rode NT1, but when I searched Rode NT1, there was actually none there at Amazon, and instead, the result it gave you. Sorry, I'm just fiddling with something. I'm gonna show you. The result it came up was for this other mic, which I'll show you the box. This is the box for that mic. I know you can't see it, but here we go. So this is the Stellar X2 microphone. There's a picture of it there on the box. I can't really show it to you without hitting the microphone. There it is. There it is. So anyways, this microphone, I was reading the reviews, and it got really good reviews. People are saying it's like as good as this one other microphone that's apparently very popular and very expensive. But this microphone was like super cheap. I think it was like $199, which is like $100 less than I'm pretty sure I paid for my Rode NT1. And so I took a gamble on it, and I have to say it's way better. It's way better than the one I was using before this, the Marantz one, but I don't know if it might be better than the Rode NT1. In any event, it's at least equivalent. So I don't know, I can hear myself a lot better with this mic, which means the signal is a lot stronger. And the background noise, like the line noise that I was having trouble with that Marantz one, are like pretty much gone. So I'm pretty excited about this. I actually feel like you could hear some mouse sounds. I feel like you could pick those up with this mic, but not so much with those other mics. Hopefully this recording will go. I am sensing like it's very sensitive to like the P's, the popping sounds. I do have a screen on this, so I don't know. Maybe I'll move it back a little bit, but I might have to kind of trial and error this. Hopefully it sounds good to you guys. It's not creating any background noise. Alright, I got some gum. So on to the content today. We got a football themed show. Our giveaway today is going to be a football card, and I think that's the first football card I've given away on the channel here. But what I wanted to do is look through this magazine with you all from 1995. Really, an eon ago in sports card universe. This is not actually a football magazine. This is Sports Card Monthly from Krause Publications back in 1995. This is from October 1995. So there's a football cover here with Dan Marino, and there's some football content. 20 most valuable football cards, top 25 NFL rookies to invest in. So that's kind of fun. I did look at the rookies. I had not heard of a single player on there, which I'm sure there were some guys in there that had like maybe pretty solid careers, but there's nobody number of Hall of Famers, if not, like 80-90% of them. So I think actually what you will see is that the top 25 rookies they picked to invest in 95 were actually mostly, if not entirely, busts. So I love these old magazines. A while ago, I can't remember where I got a bunch of them. I think I might have gotten from a local card shop. I know I bought a big box of magazines. That must have been it. Yeah, there was like a card shop in my area, and they had a bunch of magazines out, and I made an offer on a whole bunch of them, so I got them, and it was like, I don't know, 30 or 40 magazines from like anywhere from 91 to like maybe late 90s, 98, something like that. Anyways, I love these old magazines because, I actually, by 95, I wasn't really collecting anymore. I stopped probably around 93 or something. But, like, the most collecting I did was as a pretty young kid. And it was like in the late 80s, like 80, probably 89. Was when I was probably most involved in sports cards as a kid. So I just love to see this stuff, and especially because, a lot of the things that you see advertised in here are now making a comeback. In less, 6 to 12 months, all the unopened boxes of cards from the wax era, the kind of the actual wax paper era. And this being from 95, there's a lot of the mid 90s basketball cards that have, gotten very popular because there's Jordan inserts in a lot of those sets. So I just wanted to kind of look through this. Just looking at this ad over here. Looks like they got some. I'm gonna have to probably move this camera a fair bit. It looks like there's some golf, soccer, and boxing cards, and I was looking at it because I was just seeing on this Facebook group that I watch or read. I don't know what you do to a Facebook group. That some 81 Donruss golf cards are going nuts now because you can get I think it's like a Jack Nicklaus rookie card in there, and of course everything that's a potential rookie investment is going nuts these days. So I wanted to see if they had that, but it looks like this stuff does not go back. But it looks like they do have the 1990 Pro Set Golf, which was like one of the first major card sets to do a golf set, or card brands to do golf set. And I think those are going up in value too. I think Payne Stewart is the rookie to get in there. I don't know. I think he was around for quite a while. I don't think he's playing anymore, but I think he's the big rookie in that 1990 Pro Set stuff. All right, let's keep looking. I love the ads and stuff in here, and they have so they have ads from retailers, but they also have these kind of ads which are ads from the manufacturers. So pretty cool stuff. You don't really see a whole lot of stuff. Occasionally, like on a Beckett, you'll see a back page spread from Panini about one of their products. But honestly, those guys could spend $0 on advertising, and they would still sell out every friggin' thing they make because the sports card market is so crazy. Here's 95 Fleer Baseball Update Set with A-Rod rookie update. Kind of a cool looking card right there. Lots of cards coming out here. Looks like this is 95, 96 Fleer Basketball. And yeah, just so happens, check this out. Bamalama. this magazine before, and I noticed the other day I had this sitting around in my stash of like mid-90s wax boxes. Unfortunately, I do not have a lot of basketball from like the mid-90s or really the early 90s or the late 90s or so. The whole 90s I'm missing. And frankly, all of the 2000s too. Until like, modern times like 2016, 17, I start to get some unopened stuff in my collection. Yeah, this is kind of a cool little spread here showing these are Total D inserts. Those I think are the kind of the better cards to get. Rookie sensations, there weren't really any rookies that year. Grant Hill's a decent player, but nobody really collects him. Hardwood leader from Flair, the Flair brand. So now there's some stuff up here, franchise futures, but that's going to be younger players. Double. And so any of these that have Jordan would be probably decent pulse, like if you can get a PSA 10 out of it. Here's the Denny's hologram cards they used to give away at Denny's restaurants. I remember seeing those around like at card shows, but my family never went to Denny's, so we never really had a chance to get any of those. Look at that. Prism before Prism. This is a Pacific collection. So Pacific Trading Cards was a brand that was kind of like a second tier brand of sports cards back in the day, and looks like this is one of their kind of like premium sort of products. Interesting that it's named Prism. I didn't really know that existed, but I'm sure these guys, this company was like long since dead by the time that Panini came out with its Prism products, which I think started in 2012. I'm pretty sure, I know that's when they started with basketball, and I think that was kind of the first sport that got Prism, and then football and baseball followed. And now they got Prism soccer too. So this ad kind of caught my eye. This is some tasty stuff right here. A lot of old wax packs, wax boxes, no cases, but so like for example this 1985 Topps football wax box. Those are like $400 or $500 right now, which 1995 was a long time ago. 25 years ago. So honestly, even if you had bought at this point, a lot of this stuff, your performance on that investment is frankly not that great. If you put $125 into, I don't know, Apple stock, or pretty much like any tech stock that is of a company that still exists today, you would get way more than 4 times your money. Geez, I don't even want to think about Apple. I wish I would have. I mean, I was a kid back then. I never would have invested. Well, I guess I wasn't a kid. By 95, I was probably 18. I have to do some math, but I'm too old. My brain can't do math anymore. But yeah, I didn't really get into investing in stocks until I was quite a bit older. Actually, I guess I did, kind of like after college. But I think the first Apple stock I'd ever bought, I'm a big Apple stock investor. Well, I don't want to say big, but it's like the only thing I really cared to ever try to invest in significantly. But I think I bought my first stuff in 98. Of course, I sold it all, in 2000 or so. After it had a big crash, and I was like, oh man, I gotta get out of this crap. So yeah, no, I do not, unfortunately, have a fortune of Apple stock. I mean, I have a fair bit of it, but it's only, it's gone up, like 2 or 3x since I've held it, which is not super long. But if I had bought back in '94, I would be sitting on a crap ton of money. But anyway, I'm just saying, investing in stuff. Now, what's interesting, I wonder if we're going to see any 86 Fleer basketball stuff show up, because, around this time, that stuff was decently valuable. People, I don't think quite remember this, especially if they're collectors who began, the last 10, 20 years, but when I started collecting in about 88, 89, nobody collected basketball cards. Nobody. I mean, stuff was just garbage. You couldn't pay someone to take Fleer basketball cards. Like, it was crazy. Nobody wanted it. Nobody ever bought it. Nobody looked for it. Nobody cared about it. But the baseball card industry boomed so much during that time that basketball cards and football cards started to also get popular. And what really drove the markets for those products was the creation of Beckett magazines for football and for basketball. So when the first Beckett basketball came out, has Michael Jordan on the cover, I have a copy of it somewhere. When that came out, and realize this was back in like 1990 or so, the fact that there was a Beckett that had price guide information on those sports was like a total game changer. And in fact, the football Beckett came out before the basketball Beckett, and what you saw is football cards instantly became like super valuable. Everything went up in value. Just the fact that there was a price guide on it was a huge. This is back when people cared about Beckett. Now nobody gives a crap what Beckett price guide says. You look at Market, which is eBay. But anyways, back then you didn't have the internet really to look up prices, or to sell and to buy and to find what people were buying and selling for. So you had to have a Beckett, or else the market just didn't exist. So Beckett sort of creates the market by existing and having pricing that everybody can see. So yeah, when that basketball Beckett came out, I remember I was just again, I was a kid. I was in 1990. Who knows? God, how old was I? I was in my early teens. Then I'm old, so now But I remember when I was a kid and I heard that basketball Beckett was going to come out, I was like, oh man, I got to buy some basketball cards, because I saw what happened when the football Beckett came out, and suddenly every football card was like worth, a fortune compared to what it was before. So I bought up, a little bit of basketball cards, but not much. And yeah, that stuff was generally pretty valuable. Although, here we have Batter's Cage Wholesale. It's all just kind of newer stuff. There's Basketball, Collector's Choice, Flair, Finest. Those Topps Finest stuff from back in the day are pretty valuable, because there's like rare refractors in there. But 95, this is all well before, LeBron era or Kobe era. I guess Kobe was like 98, 99. So it's not too far from that, but there's really no big rookies in anything between like 1988 and basically Kobe Bryant era. But there's plenty of valuable cards in a lot of the higher end sets, like Finest and Topps Chrome. Actually, Topps Chrome wasn't until when did that come out? It had to be like late 90s. But anyways, it's like the Jordans and the kind of the rare subs, or the subsets and parallels, if you're talking about like Finest and stuff. Alright, here's that 25 rookies to watch in 95. So yeah, I looked through this list. Kerry Collins I'd heard of. Steve McNair I've heard of. Who else have I heard of? I think that's it. So I might be, just really finest Jordan base looks like there. Oh yeah, this thing. This is kind of like I think this is like a like a Beckett hot list, where they do like the 20 hottest cards or whatever. But this is kind of crazy. It's looks like it's all baseball, and it's broken down into top 10 insert set cards, top 10 insert singles, top 10 insert or regular issue singles, and then regular issue sets. So it'll give you the best sets and then the best cards, I guess. I used to have, I got one of these Hot Glove cards. I can't remember who it was though. I remember getting one of those, and those were, yeah, the Series 2. Let's look at this. The Series 2 insert carries. Price tag at $400. I mean, some of these the cards in these sets were just like nuts. At least back then, you get a card that was worth like $50 or $75, in Beckett, and that was like unheard of for an insert. So I gather, from this list that this must have been around the time that Cal Ripken was setting the record for like consecutive games played, because like 90% of these cards are Cal Ripken cards, so that's pretty funny. And then like over here, same thing. Cal Ripken's rookies are like all in the top 10. Hideo Nomo, Chipper Jones, Raul Mondesi, Manny, Frank Thomas. That 90 Leaf Series 2 card. Holy God, was that hot back then, man. And just recently it's gotten kind of hot again too, of course, with every other card from the 80s or 90s of like a Hall of Fame, or at least their rookies, have been going nuts lately, especially if they're graded, PSA 10s or 9s or something relatively high. So 92 Bowman, that was a hot set. Still is pretty valuable stuff, like unopened. Base cards, I think that's Mariano Rivera's rookie year. I was about to say Hideo Nomo because I saw him. But I'm not sure. Is that like Piazza's rookie year? It might be. But it's kind of weird. It's a valuable set because it's relatively like uncommon, low print numbers. But like 93 Bowman has Jeter rookie, and that's not really worth all that much. Oh wow, we're gonna do all sports. That's nice. So this is kind of cool. I want to look at this one, regular issue. It's funny. Michael Jordan, 94-95 finest. And then there's Michael Jordan, 94-95 emotion. And then number 3 is Hakeem Olajuwon, which is interesting. But Hakeem Olajuwon, that rookie there, right? 86 Fleer has recently become very popular because Gary Vaynerchuk was like saying how he thinks Hakeem Olajuwon in the next several years is going to be huge, because he thinks like collectors from like Africa, where Hakeem is from, are going to like get more into sports cards, and then they're going to want all his cards, kind of like how a lot of Japanese players in baseball are super in demand because there's a ton of collectors in Japan. So a lot of people wanted to buy those Hakeem Olajuwon rookies, and they went up in value big time. Look at this, Michael Jordan. This card, so this is 86 Flair rookie. It says the card of all cards in the 1980s. Jordan's rookies never slow down as it rises from $775 to $800. Man, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Those things are stupid expensive now. honestly not that expensive, like for a PSA 5 or 6. I feel like that's probably not a terrible idea to buy those up. For, I don't know what the 5 or 6s go for. Maybe they go for like 1,500 for a 6, something like that. Maybe less even. Football. Let's look at what's hot in the regular issue single. So Dan Marino rookie card. Oh, I got one of those. Jerry Rice. So you see all these cards are like from the 80s. That's 89, 86, 84, 86. Steve Young. Those are all pretty decent cards still, actually, especially in high grade. Drew Bledsoe, not so much. Marshall Faulk, Hall of Famer, but I don't think his stuff is super valuable. Kachana Carter. So someone's gonna have to let me know how he did career-wise. He may have had a decent career, but I don't know if he's like a household name. By the way, 89 score. That stuff has been going bonkers in value lately, the unopened stuff. Luckily, I have a nice BBC wrapped box. This is kind of cool how they do these 4 top 10 lists for every sport. Now, here we go. We're going to see some guys that are not worth much, I think. Okay, so Eric Lindros had a decent career. Okay, I think he was actually really good, but that card, I don't know, actually, that card, 92, Bowman. Hockey, I have no idea. I know that's probably a pretty valuable set, but I just don't know how valuable. Sergei Fedorov, that's probably decent. Jaromir Jagr, he's, that 1991 OPG Premier, yeah, that's actually a valuable set, so that card is probably worth a good bit. Jim Carrey, I don't know how he did in life. There's Lindros again. Martin Broder, I think, did pretty good. Oh yeah, Pavel Bure, he's one of my favorites. That's 91 Upper Deck. I don't have that card. Does that say Young Guns? It says Young something. I didn't. If it does say Young Guns, I'm shocked. I didn't know they did Young Guns like that far back. But that actually is kind of a cool card. Now I kind of want that. There's the Gretzky rookie. Jim Carrey, another goalie. And Gretzky, Leaf Limited. Leaf Limited, I know they made baseball cards. I got a A-Rod Leaf Limited from 94, and I opened that it was from a bunch of packs that I got kind of in a lot, and I opened the Leaf Limited ones on this channel, and I got a gold variation, which is a serial numbered card of A-Rod. Sent that in to get graded. I think it got like what did that get, an 8 maybe? But anyways, ended up selling that for maybe like $150, $200. So that was pretty cool. And here's look at this. Now they have pre-1980, and over here they got racing. Crazy. It's very thorough. Man, you gotta give it to these guys. They didn't short change you on like the full color spreads here of the list. Wow, I'm surprised to see Roger Maris here. In 1958, he is a native of Fargo, North Dakota, from which I am broadcasting. So he's always big, kind of where I've been, where I grew up and where I am now. But for some reason it was hot in 95, probably because like the home run, there was a home run chase or something going on, and so his name was kind of in the news. Ted Williams, Nolan Ryan, Jackie Robinson. I think I used to have like a really beat up version of that card, because I thought I better have a rookie card of him. I've always wanted to have a 50 Tubs mantle, but I do not have one, and it's getting now it's getting impossible to get one for less than like, I don't know, $15,000. So I don't know, maybe I'll never have one. Alright, Pee Wee Reese. I've actually had this card before. I've had this card. I don't know if I've had, this is a 60s Topps sets, but that's a Luis Aparicio. Yeah, so Richie Ashburn, 52 Topps. Man, I can't remember a time when that was like a popular card. Kind of crazy. Seems like sort of random to me. this up pretty quick here, so I might just sort of race through the rest of this. There's that 87 classic like board game card set. I actually got that for my birthday when that came out, and so I had those cards, but they were kind of beat up because I was actually like playing the game with them. It comes in like a board game, and there's like stuff on the back that I think you use for the game. But like all of a sudden those became valuable. And that card in particular with Bo Jackson, because of course he was like the hottest thing on earth back in 1988. So this card was stupid valuable. Now probably not super valuable, but I'm sure if it's in good condition, because it's hard to find those guys in good condition. Well, there's Ken Goldman. Look at a very young Ken Goldman. That guy's like, how old would he be now? A lot older. Probably in the 60s or 70s. No, 60s maybe. But yeah, he's one of the big auction house operators for sports cars. So here's just a price guide, and they do all the sports. So I want to look up 94. Well, actually, I don't know. I guess would they have 1994 Fleer basketball, which I had the box of. I feel like if they have an ad from the manufacturer in here, odds are relatively low that they would have the set, but they do have Fleer Ultra. Oh, here we go. 1994 Fleer Complete Series 1 to 240, so that's what I would have in my box, and you can look right here what the most valuable cards are. Hardaway, Shaq, it's like his third year, I think, card, and then the rookies, Jason Kidd, Grant Hill, Glenn Robinson. Those are all in Series 2, which I do not have. Of course, these prices are all like way out of date. Probably bear no resemblance to what things are now, because like back then rookies were expensive and unproven. Now we know what happened to them, and they're probably worth nothing unless they did really well. Grant Hill's like maybe the best. Max Racing cards. And the back page is Score Football 95. Troy Aikman and the Cowboys there. Emmitt Smith. Alright. Well, there you have it. There's an old sports card magazine. I might do some other ones. I'd like to kind of do one from like the early 90s. And if I have one, maybe kind of the very late 90s. So maybe we'll do one of those. Oh, hey, we almost forgot the giveaway. Here's the giveaway. This is a Royce Freeman rookie, Denver Broncos. I guess it's a rookie patch auto from Panini One. It's like a just barely 3-color patch, mostly white, a little blue stripe, and a tiny bit of orange there in the corner. I don't think this guy has really done anything, but hopefully he's still playing. I don't know if he is, and you'll have to tell me. This is a 2018 card, so he should be pretty young still. Hopefully, if you're a Broncos fan, or maybe he's been traded, but if you know who this guy is and he plays for your team, let me know that you'd like this card and tell me a bit about why, and we will get you entered in the giveaway. So I will pick the winner there. I've got a couple of giveaways to do here. I think by the next episode of this channel, I will have those announced. So keep watching out for those. Thanks so much for watching. We will catch you all later. Have a great one. See you. Bye.